What a lovely day. So many young leaders who have conviction for peace, for goodness, for humanity, and what they call compassion in action. It's amazing that so many young people across the globe are taking the charge. They do not want to be driven by those forces which created so much violence, so much unrest, so much hate, so much revenge, rage. But these young people are emerging like beautiful flowers of peace. That is very, very important and very promising. We see so many issues, so many problems. There are millions of reasons to be depressed. But when you look the smiling face of these young people, these ambassadors of love and peace and compassion, then we could firm up our belief that the world is in safer hands. Maybe there are millions of reasons for depression, but if there is one spark of humanity, it can dispel the darkness of 1 million reasons. And you are that spark. Each one of you is that spark. As I always say, that a candle need not to prove itself that I am a candle. When a candle burns, it dispels darkness. And candle is in itself a proof that she is there. You are like that candle. Because wherever you will go with your projects, with your service projects, you are going to bring hope, which is much more needed in the world. We all have faced this phase of our life, the pandemic phase. In many places, children faced mental disorders and mental problems, anxieties, depression, loneliness. Not only children and young people, but also elderly people too. And when I was passing through, there were 3-4 desks I visited. One of the desks was 100 million campaigners desk. Another one was a lady and a young man were working for cleanliness of Potomac, so that some kind of river campaigners or river volunteers. There was another one who was working for vote, and the last one, they are doing some face coloring. I could see this beautiful daughter is having some face color. You. What is your name? Perhaps you are the youngest one in this group. What is your name? Simran. Wow, Simran. And I also did some coloring. I wanted to do a lot of colors on my wife's face, but she was a little bit shy. So I did with Anjali's and who was the other one?
Jill.
Jill, yeah. Jill's face. Anyway. What does it mean by peace? For me, I always say that that is inspired by Mahatma Gandhi a little bit. But think of a girl or a child. But girls are more discriminated in many other parts of the world, socially, economically, culturally, and religiously also in some cases. So think of a girl who was born and grew up in a family somewhere in Africa or Asia, Latin America, whose parents are enslaved. They borrowed some money from their employers, and their children were born and grew up like slaves because their parents were facing intergenerational slavery. If our policies, our religions, our civilization, our technology, our artificial intelligence, our knowledge, our teachings, constitutions and laws do not reach out to that girl who is always vulnerable for any kind of abuse, including sexual abuse or rape or even by the masters of her parents. She could be sold in lesser prices than the kettles. And she is forced to work and she cannot even dream to live like any other child of the village. That is happening today. So if our policies and our religions and our cultures, as I said, our knowledge, technology, wealth, does not reach out to that girl and bring the smile of freedom on the face of that girl, they are all worthless. When this girl smiles in peace, in freedom, when these girls have dreams in her eyes to compete with the rest of the people in the world and she is given all the opportunities, then the peace ignites, the peace comes. The smile of freedom on the face of that last child of the society is peace for me. When the rivers are flowing freely and we are not polluting them, that is peace for me. When we are not driven by hate and revenge and divisiveness and the phobias of different religions, majoritarianism, authoritarianism, and things like that, then the peace prevails. The peace will prevail when we do not harm trees and all beautiful gifts of God, the nature, mountains, animals, then the peace will prevail. So peace is not simply the absence of war. Peace is also a state of mind inside each one of us, where we start feeling compassion for others, as I have been saying since yesterday and day before, and I have been saying for years, decades rather. When you feel the suffering of others as your own suffering, with a drive to alleviate that suffering, to end that suffering and take action to do it, then the peace begins. This is the compassion in action. Peace is compassion in action, which you are taking up. So dear friends, you are the true ambassadors of peace. In any manner, if you are doing a small bit for the betterment of humanity and make someone smile, someone happy, someone comfortable, someone free, by opening your minds and others' minds, then the peace will prevail. So I am sure that all of you, or most of you who were present yesterday, I asked you to raise your hands that who are the hero? Who are the hero? Say, I am the hero.
I am the hero.
Who are the hero? Who is the hero?
I am the hero.
Not like that. Raise your hands. Who is the hero?
I am the hero.
Good. Some of you raised two hands, but a few of them just one. I did not say raise hand. I say raise hands. Who is the hero?
I am the hero.
Who is the hero?
I am the hero.
Who is the champion of peace?
I am.
Who is the champion for peace?
I am the champion for
Who is
peace.
the leader?
I am the leader.
Who is the change?
I am the change.
Who is the change?
I am the change.
Who represent humanity?
I do.
Whose life is driven by compassion in action?
My life.
Thank you so much.